I saw somebody else streaming that game, and apparently they added a lot
Yeah,
more.
there's a new patch out that the biggest change is they completely overhauled the base and they added a bunch more events.
Yeah, I think like an orb can show up, and it's like leads to this freaky ass like creature just showing up, and just it's just like this whole experience. Apparently, you can also die now.
You could technically die before, and I think there's an option to turn off a lot of the damage.
But yeah, like
Which, like, honestly, I don't want to be able to die. I think one of the most enjoyable things about the game beforehand was that I could just get the crap beat out of me, and I just fly around and ragdoll and then stand back up.
yeah,
That's how you climb down hills. That's how you get off the tower.
yeah. Apparently, like
I know you can turn off fall damage.
the orbs are like a scouting mechanism for something that shows up that looks like it's out of War of the Worlds.
Oh, I think that event was in the original.
Hmm.
And yeah, you just kind of stay away from those orbs. They'll heckin' kill you. Because you could even die in the original. Usually, the game would prevent you from saving if there was something around that could kill you.
So you couldn't get like locked into a situation.
Yeah. It also served as a way of knowing, like, am I in danger? Can I pause? I can pause. I'm safe. Oh boy, a key.
Another key.
You get... I don't want to say you get more keys than you need in this dungeon.
Well, that was unfair.
I don't want to say you get more keys than you need in this dungeon, but there are places in this dungeon you do not need to go to that take a key to get to. They give you enough keys to go to all of those locations.
It's just you don't necessarily need to go all those locations.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing a randomizer and you're kind of hoping to God, oh, please let this be a treasure chest.
Oh, actually, as far as a randomizer goes, there's only like 3 chests in this dungeon, so you don't need to check all of them.
I think it's chest 3 I'm looking at right now.
Probably.
Look at this stupid kid, though. Burn.
What a loser.
What a loser. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, so your prize is the fire rod, which is, you'd think like, oh, but I got the ice rod. What's the fire rod gonna let me do? A lot, actually.
Considering the ice rod has just been mostly for me to just kill enemies I'm annoyed at.
Now
Oh,
you can
dang
do
it.
fancy things, like light torches from afar.
I can fire them from afar.
And
Ow.
burn things.
If I've learned anything, it's that burning is everyone's weakness.
And there are a shocking number of things that are susceptible to burning. I suppose in much the same way a lot of things that are susceptible to ice, but
Did you see the...
he was coming for you.
Wait. What screen am I on? Alright, okay. Gotcha.
I saw your sword go through him, too.
I know. I was kind of annoyed at that myself.
Let me take a look at that damage table. Where's the fire rod set? Ooh, fire rod is up there.
In terms of, like, the damage it does?
Yeah, it's one of the higher weapon classes. Or higher damage classes. Which, like, again, doesn't necessarily mean it does more damage. Because that depends entirely on what they decided the enemy was going to take damage to. But in general, a higher damage class means it does more damage.
Almost made it.
that's another thing about this dungeon that adds to it being confusing, is there's a lot of places that you just don't need to go.
What was the point of this place?
To confuse you.
To get hurt? I mean, I have the map. Holy crap. I have to leave and go through another entrance? Because, like, literally, this is a closed circuit. I have to go through something else now.
Mm-hmm. Gotta find another entrance.
I could leave by Wallmaster, but I think they hurt you on the way out, and I'm not dealing with
No,
that.
they don't. I don't think so. They just kind of go, ooh.
Ooh. Also, I'm giving them the satisfaction.
That's the important thing.
Because I can't get no satisfaction. Because I try, and I try. You know what the funniest thing is? There is that one Aerosmith song. Oh, what is it called? I don't know the name of it. But it's one you listen to and you go like, oh, is this one before they got Steven Tyler as the singer? And at the very end you go like, oh, Steven Tyler's been singing on this the whole time. He used to sound like that? Oh, okay, they both caught on fire.
Heck yeah.
2 for 1. And then you like find out that he like wrecked his voice because he did a lot of drugs.
Mm.
Apparently his tonic of choice was like some kind of like heroin vodka concoction. And it was one of those like, well, how did he live in the first place? Alright, I gotta get over there somehow.
Okay, so I'll just spare you some trouble. Whoop. There's nothing of value in that door. It's like a fairy room or something.
Okay, but what if I want to get over there now?
I don't actually know how to get over... I don't remember how to get over there.
Yeah.
You could try bonking off the right wall in, but I think it's too far away. It's like a tile and a half instead of one tile.
Like this?
Yeah. Hey, you could do it.
Oh, it's a nothing room. Ow. Oh, it's one of these rooms.
Well, on the upside, you can just leave.
I just threw that skull right into the middle.
Now, getting back is the challenge. Ah! Couldn't tell you how to get back. You probably hookshot to something? That works. So you were on the right track, though, because...
I just have to find a different entrance.
Yeah, you are on the... Or you... No, go back in. I'll save you some trouble. Go back in. You were on the right track. You have not actually been out that door.
What door?
On the far left.
Oh, that door?
Yeah.
Thought I went out that door. That's what I'm gonna go back.
If you have, you didn't look around much.
I'm gonna go in real quick. I'm not gonna go all the way. I'll have the doors just blur. I see it. I'm just exploring other options. If you tell me to go left, I'm going to go right, because I know secrets are there. And if there's going to be a waterfall, I'm going to go run into it. There's only a rock after down here. Well, yeah, it's a waterfall. But there's treasure always in waterfalls.
It's a waterfall secret. There's always treasure behind a waterfall. And there's your exit. Or entrance.
Gotta talk about Ganon's exterior decorating.
It's like a xenomorph.
Ow, my tongue. Oh man, if only I had a key somehow.
Oh no, no key.
I guess I can just go A. Gonna have to figure out some way to go around.
I have no idea what the underside of this looks like. It's a mystery to me because it does not make sense. Like, I kind of understand how to get around, but I don't understand how it works.
Ow, bitch.
I want to be able to look at the collision. Or, like, maybe I can hide that top layer or something.
Probably, you know, there's a Boundary Break episode based off of this anyway,
There's
so...
Spinny Boy down there just waiting for you.
Ah,
Ah, I'm a bunny.
I've been made faster and stronger. Actually, I've been made weaker. Really weak. This is kind of the whole point of that whole thing.
And if you can bring a key from the rest of the dungeon, you don't even have to come down here.
Well, you know me, Contrarian Ogre. Just gotta do the fun stuff.
No, I mean, you've done what you're kind of intended to do.
Yeah.
You know, there's an easy way back to the entrance of the dungeon.
No. Because you said it. Contrarian Ogre in action.
I mean, you'd have done this one way or the other. Take that.
I have to do this on a time limit. But... okay, not necessarily a time limit, but an annoyance limit.
Yeah, it's not so much a time limit as it is...
Stop being on electricity and start being on fire.
So careful, when that hand is above you, he can still grab you. Weird collision bullcrap. Or when the hand is below you, when he's like moving
Damn it.
over top of you.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Well, on the upside, everything is dead.
As the good Lord intended it to be. May have seemed like he got me, but I killed him in the end. Should probably stop wasting your magic for this section. Never! Don't know how that missed. Oh man, I ran out of magic. Why didn't anybody tell me? Come on, Naka. Look up your game here.
I'm just gonna let it happen. What happens, happens.
Damn it. Man, those Bulldrums just came right after me after the rabbit thing. Get him! Rabbit meat is tasty. Please, we're adorable.
He's weak, get him. Man, they really found, hey, we can drape something on the wall and you can slash it to reveal something. And
Oh my god, you see that so many times. When a developer goes like, oh man, we came up with something new, we gotta show this shit off, like hardcore. And you're just sitting there going like, I get it, guys, I get it.
I mean, they don't overuse it, but it's still like, oh yeah, it's a mechanic they totally added for this, I can tell.
Bounced me right into the Gibdo. You can leave any time. No, I can't. There are things still alive in this room. Okay, now I can leave. My heart is settled.
Alright, and now that you've used up most of your resources, get ready for one of the hardest bosses in the game.
I'm sure I'll be fine.
Bow hurt him? I don't think the bow hurts him.
It does not hurt him, in fact. Hup.
Alright, let's go! So, Mothula takes, reduced damage from the Fire Rod, but he's also one of few bosses that can even be hurt by it at all. 8 hits with the Fire Rod, or just a regular sword swing with the Master Sword will kill him. If you manage to do a spin attack, it'll kill him in 4 hits. But in this arena, that's kind of hard to do. So there is kind of a pain in the butt thing. So I mentioned the damage tables before. You know what, I'll just let you fight him for a second. There we go. That's probably the worst boss in the game, so pat yourself on the back for that one. Like, you can say Moldorm is, but like...
Moldorm doesn't have spikes going throughout the entire arena.
Yeah. And a conveyor belt floor that's moving around.
Yeah.
So I mentioned something weird about, Mothula. Or not Mothula, about the damage categories. And it's specifically with Mothula. Because you'll notice, Mothula is set to be immune to spike damage. The
spikes around the room.
Like the spikes around the room. But that means he has to be immune to that damage level, that damage category. That category is, or that class, that's the appropriate word for it. That class is also the swords you don't have yet. The Tempered Sword Spin Attack and the... Oh, I'll say, the Bacon Sword Spin Attack and the Butter Sword Swing. Which means you just can't hurt him with those attacks. This is mostly for, like, randomizers, but, like, if you have Butter Sword, you can't hurt him with your swing.
Earl, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. Do you know the prophecy of the Great Cataclysm? That's when God shoots ICBMs at Japan. Different game series. Also, I think Thor does that. Well, he's working for God. Okay, yeah, the follow-up game. This is the way I heard it. If a person who has an evil heart gets the Triforce, a hero is destined to appear. You think the Triforce would be a lot more discerning, but I guess inanimate objects created by the gods are inanimate, not necessarily animate in any way. You really think god figures would be a lot better about their magical items and historical, like, mythological tales. Just like, oh yeah, you're not gonna cause trouble. And the person goes like, oh, I wouldn't cause trouble with that. And goes like, wait a minute, I saw you wringing your hands.
Never.
And he alone must face the person who began the Great Cataclysm. Especially if the person's a good person at the start, and then they become, like, evil and corrupt at the end. Like, the god would show up and go like, give me that back. I saw what you did.
You lost your right.
You lost your privilege, mister. Now go to your room. And the room is the guillotine. If the evil one destroys the hero, nothing can save the world from his wicked reign. Don't game over in Ocarina of Time, I guess. Only a person of the Knights of Hyrule who protected the royalty of Hylia can become the hero. You are of their bloodline, aren't you? Then you must rescue Zelda without fail. It's weird that they kind of just, like, put that thing there, and then they have to backtrack every link into that from then on.
I still feel like the whole, oh, you game overed, is a really stupid place for that. I think a much better place for that.
I think the idea is probably less the game over, it's more that Ganon just somehow defeats Link and Zelda and takes the Triforce from them.
Well, again, that's like still kind of a game over, and that's how they word it. But I still think that's dumb. A much better way, I think, is you've seen we've witnessed the results of success on the adult timeline.
Yeah.
So that's one timeline.
Real quick, I like the may the way of the hero lead you to the Triforce. It's like, you guys really wanted to stretch out may the Force be with you.
So we know that. That's a thing that happened. That's one timeline.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the game, Link goes back in time.
Yeah.
So that right there's a split timeline.
Yeah, that's the child.
Because, like, that future timeline is still going, but
Yeah,
Link went back and he can go do something else.
That's
at
the
this
Wind
point.
Waker timeline, too.
And now him going back as a child, we've seen leading to Majora's Mask, with, like, him leaving, but we don't really know what happened before he left. Presumably he just got together with Zelda and they took care of business.
Yeah, he's supposed to have gone back and told Zelda the whole thing, and then Zelda told her father, and her father's like, oh, okay, we'll take him to a temple up top and have the current sages just banish him.
Yeah,
And that's Twilight Princess.
Yeah, I feel like the...
Later, loser.
I feel like a better split for that is we have not witnessed what happens to Ganon, or Ganondorf, in the child timeline. So it could go either way. Link and Zelda get together and try to convince him to take out Ganondorf, and they succeed, or Link and Zelda get together and try to convince the king to take care of Ganondorf, and they fail. We haven't seen that, so there's your split. Schrodinger's timeline.
The problem is we have seen it. That's literally him being sealed in Twilight Princess. That's the child timeline one.
No, that's what I mean. In Ocarina of Time,
okay,
we
yeah.
have not seen it. We didn't know. So it's a split. It could have gone either way. And so we see it in Twilight Princess. That's obviously making that assumption about that split.
It's the weirdest thing about that whole thing to me is that he murks one of those sages and nobody does anything about it. Like, I mean,
They really took out Steve.
Yeah.
Never liked Steve anyway.
Like, he just kills one of them during the whole sealing thing, and they're like, quick, seal him faster.
We're down a sage? How are we supposed to do that?
Yeah. So, like, is it just, are you worse off now? Does the seal not last? Is that how Zant gets to, that's how he gets to Zant and everything? That guy really ran for me. He's like, he just came out of the forest. I hear him up there. That guy would take you immediately from 3 to 4. So you
Yeah,
can
it's just
go
right here. You can just go get it. Before you enter, though, probably a good time to wrap up for the evening. Made some good progress, though. Got through
Made some booking progress.
2 whole dungeons and a whole lot of wandering around.
I'm just gonna park my butt right here.
So I'll say until next time, everybody. We got a whole new dungeon right here. Look at that guy down there.
I
Looking
see
at
you.
us.
I
looking
see
at
you
us.
up there. Up there. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna go up these stairs and I'm gonna go get you. Yeah? You gonna get me? Yeah, I'm gonna get you.
Hold up, I don't know how to use stairs. How do you use stairs? Tell me how to use stairs!
Use your legs. What are legs? I just got these spindly sticks. Those are your legs. Do you not know what legs are?